It is not about the machine, it is not about the device, it is about how you use it. So if you're using a smaller space RAM, you make sure that you have total focus on only one task and a simple task. The first thing that we need to know about hardware is the CPU, Central Processing Unit. A CPU is called the heart of the computer. Some people call it itself the computer. Some technical people, some computer repair guy, they will address the CPU as computer. The Central Processing Unit, the name suggests that it centrally processes all the data and all the workflow of the system. The hard disk, the devices attached, the RAM, all these are processed at the central placed, which is CPU. There are 6 types of CPU. Single core, dual core, then quad core, hexa-core, octa-core and deca-core. Core is a part of the processor. So you have 2 cores, the data is channelized into 2 different cores and the processor works faster. This is a simpler understanding to have. So a single core computer can perform one task at a time. If you put multitask into the single core computer, it will drastically, the speed and the performance of the computer will go down. It is not going to sustain. Dual core is the same single core made into 2 channels. So dual core processes a bit faster than the single core. But it is still not advisable for video editing, especially for nowadays footages when we have HD, 2K, 4K footages. Full HD footage will be problematic on dual core computers. Then similarly, quad core has 4 cores, hexa core has 6 cores, octa core has 8 cores, deca core has 10 cores. I have given just the introduction of the first hardware specification. So you have got the idea of how this class is going to go. Now you need to understand one important thing here, that why we are doing this class. In professional environment, if you are hired in a studio and if the studio is new, or maybe some other new person want to enter into this industry and they hire you and they ask you, you tell us what should be the editing setup of the editing studio. You are the editor. So you cannot tell them that no, I can just edit videos. I have no idea about the editing specification and editing hardware. Aesthetics, ability to edit, knowing of the technical things inside the edit is enough for editing, but you need to have a complete understanding of the editing industry and hardware, software, aesthetics of editing, technicalities of editing. This all encompass the worker who is working in the film editing industry, video editing industry. So first thing is CPU, Central Processing Unit. It processes the data into digital, electronic to digital, digital to electronic, and it brings whatever calculations and whatever computing you are doing to the computer. There are 6 types of CPU. Minimum core to DO you need. You cannot go for single core and do not go for dual core also. Minimum core to DO, but today it has gone ahead and iGen, i5, i7, these quad core, hexa core processors are available. And if you can afford, you should go for it. Otherwise, quad core is also good for HD and 2K. Second thing is RAM, random access memory. What does RAM do? What is RAM? Random access memory. Everyone knows that RAM is of 4 GB or 8 GB or 16 GB. 4 GB is minimum for editing. I will explain why this 4 GB, 8 GB thing. 4 GB is minimum for editing. 8 GB is good, 16 GB is even better. Higher machines with cinema footage, they have 32 GB, 64 GB RAM. Those are very fast and heavy machines because the footage is also very heavy, DCP footage we are getting. RAM, random access memory. At a given point of time, whatever you're using Google Chrome. Google Chrome is an application which takes up huge amount of hardware space, huge amount of RAM memory. You are using Google Chrome, you have opened Adobe Premiere also or FCP also on your computer and you are importing footage. At that moment, whatever the computer is doing, it is in the RAM. So random access memory, randomly you can close this window and randomly you can click any window and it will open up to you because the CPU has directed RAM to store that memory for that time. So a longer period of editing where you are adding on footages, you are downloading something from the Chrome, you are making the cut, you are changing the footage, so your render file is also getting changed. If you have a 4 GB RAM, already all the space, the current working space is filled by it, and that is why it becomes slow. If you do not have an 8 GB RAM, you have a 4 GB RAM, So you need to know that I need to close Chrome. I need to close other applications. Only my video editing software will work. Even then, I will add on a limited amount of softwares. I will not perform everything. I will edit something, I will keep a backup, and I will edit the fresh thing again. I will not keep the whole timeline and the whole RAM is engaged in that timeline. No, I will not do that. In 4 GB RAM also perfectly smoothly I can edit. It is not about the machine, it is not about the device, it is about how you use it. So if you're using a smaller space RAM, you make sure that you have total focus on only one task and a simple task. CPU processes all the data, it connects all the devices, it runs the computer, it is the heart of the computer. RAM is the random access memory. At the moment, whatever you are working, it is happening in the RAM. If RAM doesn't store all these images, you cannot access all the footages, all the computing things, whatever the computer is doing. Third important thing or a hardware piece that is needed is graphics card. Graphics card is also sometimes called VRAM, video RAM. Two kinds of graphic cards you can have. Inbuilt graphic card and discrete graphic card. These graphic cards are responsible for the projection of the image on any kind of computer. If there is no graphic card, the image cannot be projected, the video you cannot see. The graphic card is also like RAM, it has spaces 1.5 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB. And again, the same thing, if you have more heavy resolution footages, you need bigger space graphic cards, costlier graphic cards. If you're editing HD or lower, you do not need 1.5 GB or 2 GB graphic card is enough. There are various companies, Nvidia, Intel, various companies, they make graphic cards. But you need to understand, you need to see your budget, you need to see what kind of work you have. If you have 4K, 2K footage to edit, you should go for higher graphic cards, better performance graphic cards. If you have just one project, you can attach externally also graphic cards for just that project. You can rent it out or you can buy it, purchase it, use it whenever needed. So you can suggest the studio owner if there is one that these kind of technical things. When you are suggesting people will know that you understand it. You are not just a mechanic, you are an engineer. There are three types of technical people. One is a scientist, one is an engineer, and another is a mechanic. Mechanic just replaces the part. An engineer, now this is valid in the software also, not just the hardware. An engineer, if something is not working, he finds a way out according to the law of science, and the scientist is the one who creates the laws, or who finds the laws, who discovers the laws of the science. Ultimately, in one sentence, if I could say, this makes you professional, look like a professional editor if you know all these things. So graphic cards is also important. All the computers have some inbuilt graphic cards, but for video editing purposes, sometimes you might need some external also, that is called discrete graphic card. There are inbuilt graphic cards also. Both have this space issues. So 1.5 GB, 2 GB are the normal inbuilt. Sometimes 1 GB also you get in some Windows, lower version Macs, student version Macs also. CPU, graphic cards, RAM. These are the first things that you need to figure out. Now your computer is ready. This computer you can attach anywhere, any monitor or a projector or a home theater, and you can start editing your video.